The topic tonight is, what are you fasting for? And let me get one thing clear, absolutely straight before I begin. Fasting Ramadan is about everything but fasting. Make this very clear. Fasting Ramadan is about everything except fasting. Fasting is not about fasting. So when we come into Ramadan, our mental state, if I were to ask a question, what do you do in Ramadan? What's Ramadan all about? I think one of the first things that comes to our head is to fast, to stay away from food and drink and intercourse from dawn until sunset. Brothers and sisters in Islam, fasting the month of Ramadan has a total different purpose to avoiding your food and drink. Total different purpose. That's just the means. So if you're focusing on staying away from food and drink, you've misunderstood all the ayat in the Quran that speak about Ramadan, misunderstood the hadith of Rasulullah ﷺ and the purpose of Ramadan. And most likely you are not going to you're going to probably miss out on the purpose of why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made fasting compulsory upon us in Ramadan. So let us inshallah begin by talking about what is therefore the purpose of Ramadan. But let's first of all gratify this month. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Baqarah, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. Which means, the month of Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was sent down. A guide for all people. Not just Muslims, a guide for all people. And to clarify a criterion between what is right and what is wrong. So one of the first purposes of Ramadan is to actually reconnect yourself with the Quran. That's the main purpose of Ramadan. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the month of Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was sent down, therefore it's in relation to the Quran. Ramadan was there because of the Quran, not the other way around. So the first thing we understand about Ramadan is that we need to re-establish our relationship with the Quran. It is the month of the Quran. That's the whole idea. Food, drink, other temptations, they get in the way of our time with the Quran. They get in the way of our time with our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They get in the way of our salat a lot of the times. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to make this Ramadan for us as a time where we abstain from the things which would distract us in order to focus even more on something which is called re-establishing our relationship with the Quran and re-establishing our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is Ramadan about? A lot of people ask me, brother, you give a lot of lectures, you go around, you sometimes get invited to this place and that place, give to the community. What do you do in Ramadan? And very simple. Ramadan is about myself and my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the closest of the closest people to me, my children, my family, this is as far as I go. And sometimes a little lecture here in the daytime or something at night time between Taraweeh, just to feel that I'm doing something, alhamdulillah, and not detaching myself from it, because it actually helps me. When you teach others, it helps you. So Ramadan, my brothers and sisters in Islam, is very simply about yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this month a time of training. We all know that. It is a time of training. Allah then says in the Quran, هُدًى لِلنَّاسِ, a guide to all people. As you're reading the verse, suddenly it goes off the topic of the month of Ramadan to focus on the Quran within the same context. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The month of Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was sent down, a guide to people and a divider between right and wrong, to make things clear of what is right and what is wrong, what's good, what's evil. Then, so the focus is on the Quran, as though the month of Ramadan is only a time where you should focus on your relationship and refine yourself with reflecting upon the Quran. A lot of people, when Ramadan comes, they misunderstand the relationship with the Quran. What do? They focus on finishing the Quran many times. They focus on praying behind For example, the Imam in types of Taraweeh or night prayers where they finish the Quran. This is their objective, this is their goal. This is a good thing, alhamdulillah. You're at the masjid, you're praying, you're reading the Quran. But that should not be the main goal of Ramadan, my dear brothers and sisters. The main goal of Ramadan is that we reflect upon the Quran, even if we don't finish the Quran. Even if we don't pray behind an Imam who's finishing the whole Quran throughout Ramadan. Sometimes staying too long into the night, just because I want to finish certain quantities of the Quran, can make you miss out on your Fajr, can make you wake up very tired. The focus of Ramadan, therefore, is to reflect upon the Quran when you read it. And that's how you re-establish your relationship with it, my brothers and sisters. And this is something which is missing in our lives, especially among the youth. Why? Partly because we don't know the Arabic language, and that's something that inshallah we can work on. And secondly, because we've missed the point. The point of the Quran is in order to reflect upon. Have some English on the right. If you've got the English version of the Quran, alhamdulillah, we have our iPads, we have our phones with us. It seems we have more information available to us. It's easier to get to it, but our knowledge is actually becoming even less, unfortunately. So alhamdulillah, we have all the technology before us. Look at the English meaning, reflect upon it, ask about it. Go to lessons or go and listen to some lessons on YouTube, at the masjid, ask a sheikh, ask people of knowledge, what does this verse mean, and reflect and see how you can live with it. That's how you spend your Ramadan, number one. The purpose of fasting in Ramadan is in order to, therefore, keep you away from the distractions of the material world and spend that time reflecting upon the Quran, not just reading.